Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
One second. Here we go. Hopefully you guys have audio now. I think I was muted there for a second, but what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And Bitcoin currently sitting at $97,100, and it has been a heck of a day, man. Bitcoin has been on the dumpsy do, and we have broken out a very important channel. Are we due for another leg down, or is there an opportunity to buy the dip? We're going to talk about that a little bit here when we get to the TA, but I don't do this alone. I got one of the busiest guys in crypto. He's got 18 different podcasts and shows. Who knows where he's going to be at any different time, but he's Detroit's own. He is the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, my dude, FD White. Let's get it. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Don't make me laugh, man. My chest hurts a little bit.
No, I got you, man. I got the same little burning feeling. Yeah, yep. I'm saying, yeah, everybody's retracting your message. I know. I caught it. I got you. The dumpsy dudes out here. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to everybody in the chat real quick, and then we will talk about our day. Let me go switch it to live here so I don't miss any of you. And let's start from the top here. We got Crypto Jeff in the house. Jessica, look, what's up, my dude? Harp's in here. We are reminiscing on OC. Apparently, that's where he grew up. I spent a lot of time out in Ocean City, Maryland. It's man, it's a lot of memories. All right, so rolling down here a little bit more. We got K Diggity in the house. Alexander G, best mod around. Best mod in the house. My SoCal lady. What's up, lady? How are you? All right. Scrolling down here a little bit more. I got K Diggity. We good. It's the same usual suspects. Jay Violet's in the house. She said, hey, beautiful people. Hello. How are you? And scrolling down a little bit more. Seaton that for the win. Where's your hootie hoo, man? I didn't see the hootie hoo. You said good evening. That ain't like you. Come on, dude. I need some hype out of you. Let's go. We got Seth Shepard in the house. He said, I stacked some Arkham and Near today. Nothing else. It's, not a bad play, right? Like, there's a lot of people right now that are kind of scared out. They're scared to hop in, but red days can be the best days, So, we'll take a look at it. We'll see. The unfortunate thing is it looks like the S&P, the NASDAQ, we're kind of pulling back today also. Even though we did get decent data today, it is definitely an interesting market, we'll say right now. But think about it, man. We're at an all-time high for S&P, all-time high for NASDAQ. I mean, things were just through the roof. You're due for a cool off. You're due for a little bit of a pullback. That is very natural and normal. You guys know I say Lunar Beach is crypto. Ride the waves, baby. It's a thing. But, if you're doing a DCA type strategy, today's a day, man. Today is one of those days. Like, hop in there, add some funds in there. If you do it by, pullbacks by time frame, some people just do it like every Friday, every paycheck, once a month, whatever the case may be. And then some people wait for red days like this where there's blood in the streets, everybody's crying home and saying, I am so sorry I told you about crypto over the Thanksgiving holiday. But that being said, I would not be opposed to adding to your DCA portfolio today. I actually would agree with you. I think I'm going to add a little bit to my DCA portfolio. But that being said, we will look at some TA. All right, scrolling down a little bit more here. Scrolling. Who else we got? We got Crypto Billy in the house with an hola. What's up, brother? How are you? Hope all is well. CVO's in the house. Good evening, everyone. We got to get you on, man. Again, hit me up on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it these days. Hit me up. We'll get you back on the show, man. All right, scrolling down here a little bit. Retro Mike Tech. Bloodbath red is my favorite color. So he's throwing some coin in there. Let's go. French Toaster. Hola, my friend. What's up, dude? Here we go. Scrolling. I think I got pretty much everyone. If I didn't, yell at me. I'll get you. Don't you worry. All right, FD. My dude. What's up with you? What's up in the day of FD? And are you throwing any money around? What's up?
Oh man, how's my mic sounding? First and foremost, pretty good.
I can hear you. I'm probably loud because I'm loud today, but you might have to just turn up your internal volume and just bring it out because today is a good day.
Oh man, I'm chilling, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like these days, this is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like I've been around since beginning of 2020, and I've seen like 40% dumps in the bull run. So this is like, I'm really not too concerned. Like I said yesterday, we probably had to go down another $25,000 for me to start getting concerned. And we can see some things on the chart. We can show some things on the chart a little bit later. But no, I'm not concerned. I think this is opportunity. I think this is just a reaction, a knee-jerk reaction from, Fed Chair Powell. The markets are forward-looking. They thought we were getting 4 cuts. Now they're saying we're getting 2. So it's like, oh, no. Easy monetary policy isn't coming back. But it's coming back. It's coming back.
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those opportunities, and I think Powell is just trying to slow things down. With inflation being high and the markets being so high, it's like that's one of the reasons why inflation is so high, or being a little bit sticky. Everybody's still, I can't remember the term, but they got the wealth effect. I think that's what it's called. So if people have money in the stock market, doesn't matter how the economy is doing. If people have a lot of money in their stocks and 401ks, they still feel like they have more money than otherwise. So I think that's one of the reasons why he came out a little bit more hawkish. But I think next year will be the same tone. We will get a lot of ebbs and flows, like I keep saying, but I think the trajectory and the path is still the same.
Yeah, man. I mean, a 20% pullback in the grand scheme of things ain't nothing we ain't seen before, and kind of to be expected once you set an all-time high. So the thing that we kept doing is it was like every day I felt like we were setting all-time high every day, 2 days, and finally it looks like we might have one that's official here that we can say at about 108,000. We've been working that thing on the way up, but a little pullback, a little cool off, people taking some profits. Not too surprised by that at all. I thought there'd be some more profit taking at 100K, to be perfectly transparent with you guys. We did have a little bit of a pullback off 100K, to be expected. I thought the bigger pullback was going to be off 100K. So, again, I think in conjunction with some of the news, that's why, I don't always like get completely inundated with charts. I do tie in some of the news, the sentiment, kind of what's going on, macroeconomics, wars, all that stuff. Trump's getting in office. They're trying to leave him a poo show. That's the way it's going to go. So that's kind of why you tie it all in and kind of make a judgment from there. But again, it's just
what, TradeFly?
What's up?
I feel like one day next week, man, we're gonna have like a 5, 6, 7, 8K day, or maybe not next week, but soon, and then everybody's gonna be back on the happy wagon. So it's just man, Bitcoin, man, just plays with your emotions. I try not to get too emotional about it, anymore. But like I said, pay yourself. Always pay yourself. We talked about this yesterday. Pay yourself just a little bit, even if you just take $100, $200 out and buy yourself something. It's just psychologically, man, it feels good to take pay yourself. That's what I like to call it. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. We're at $97,000, man. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. I mean, think about it. 97,000. Like, how good does that sound when you take a step back and be like, did you think we'd be here? And at this year, if you were in 2023, we had a nice little run in 2023. I mean, that was an uptrend, right? And then go ahead.
What happened?
Oh, I saw you put your finger up. I thought you were.
I was trying to focus my camera.
I thought you wanted to say something, but yeah.
I'm trying to focus my camera. I'm sorry.
All good, all good. So to be at 97K, I'm not upset about it. Not at all. Not at all, man. I think there was a little bit of euphoria with the move coming in, 100K, a little bit of retail started flowing back in. And that has an impact on the market, but red days, they gotta happen. They have to happen. So, take advantage of it. If you would like, I'll say do your own research, do your own thing, the standard thing that we have to say. But that being said, look, CVO Crypto, he's in the chat. He said, I picked up some goodies today. Now, that dude's smart, right? He knows his stuff. And he said, close some shorts, anticipating new highs on Biddy for Xmas. Like, that's coming from a dude that, is pretty wicked smart on the charts. I'll give him some credit. And, he's still bullish. He's not scared of it. The only thing that I'm looking at right now, we'll get into that in the TA, is there's a channel that we've been kind of watching work its way up. We've been honoring that channel basically up and down. That's kind of why I entered a short on a smaller, time frame, we'll say. And then I took a little long position, just looking for little bounces here and there, hoping it would stay in the channel. We've now broken out of that channel. So now it does open the opportunity for a little bit more downside, but don't you worry, because we have that bigger channel on a macro perspective, and that, again, we'll look at on a TA. But you guys know, like most of the people that have been in the chat, you guys have been watching us for a while now. The channel I'm talking about. That thing goes back to 2021, and it's been scary accurate on the way up. So we'll take a look at that. So little shout outs here. What's up?
A lot of people are the reason the market is so down, like the reason the sentiment is so down and Bitcoin is still at like 97,000, because people are altcoin heavy. Most people are altcoin. Yeah. That's why the sentiment, everybody's mood is down. But this is how I look at it.
Retail.
I'm altcoin heavy as well, but Bitcoin at 97,000. So as long as Bitcoin isn't breaking down to key levels, even if altcoins are bleeding, I'm looking at Bitcoin engaging market sentiment, because if Bitcoin is just staggering around, even 90, 100,000, but altcoins are bleeding, I know altcoins aren't going to just bleed to zero while Bitcoin is chilling at around 100,000. Like, they're going to bounce back at some point, man. So I just, like you say, I just use Bitcoin as my North Star in this market. And then, as long as Bitcoin isn't breaking down the key levels, then altcoins will bounce back. It's just inevitable.
Bitcoin's daddy. That's why I'm big on, when people ask me about getting in, I'm like, hey, just go ahead and put 50% in Bitcoin. That's your starting point. Put 50% there, and then after that, have your allocation to ETH and break it up however you want. I would say, keep the meme tokens, a smaller percentage of the portfolio. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer in Bitcoin drives the market. That's why most of the analysis I do on Bitcoin is on Bitcoin. And then when I get into trades for other altcoins, like if I'm doing any kind of swing or, a daily or a day trade, I go look at Bitcoin first before I get into it, because I want to see where Bitcoin's at in relation to some of its support and resistance levels. before I go jumping into some crazy trades. But all right, cool. Let's go ahead and start this thing off. Gave a little shout out here. Who else did I miss? I think Mike Play. I saw him in there. I'm gonna give him a little shout out as well. But I mentioned CVO, and then I thought I saw somebody else. Jungle Beast. He said, add a golden pocket now. Bearish market cipher. B5 through the 1 hour. Right on, man. We will look at a little version, we'll say, of market cipher just to kind of you mute it.
You didn't hear me?
Nah.
Okay, good. That's good. That means.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's throwing me off, man. Pointing and talking. My bad. All right, cool. So y'all know what time it is. It is going to be the first segment. We're going to go ahead and get all the daily Degen going here. Let's go ahead and get this. All right. First segment is the daily Degen. We got Bitcoin up right now on the 4 hour, but this is the channel that I'm talking about. And I have this marked both on Glowfin and on my trading view. This is the channel that I've kind of been watching on its way up. It hasn't been perfect, but it's been pretty close, right? You can see multiple touches, probably 3 or 4 early on. That one was pretty close. These were a little high, but then the wick came down, didn't close underneath of it. Then you had 2 more touches, and now we're here, and it looks like we're really kind of breaking down, right? We actually had a close underneath of it, so that's why I'm really paying attention to it, and it looks like a nice rejection. So we came up for the retest, and we actually rejected off of that trend line on the bottom side of it. So what was support all the way up is now resistance, or appears as though it could be resistance. So that is a little, scary, we'll say. That would indicate to me that there's a potential for some downside off of that, area. That's not what you want to see, right? You don't want to see the OC retest on the bottom side of support. That could mean some continuation to the downside. So looking at MACD on the 4 hour, that's still just down and right. No end in sight there. It doesn't look like it's about to cross. RSI is starting to get, a little bit oversold, we'll say. It's pretty low, and that's an opportunity here for it to work its way back up. But I bet if you look at the daily, it's probably 45 and down. Yeah, so it's pretty much just working its way down. You can see, like, hindsight, right, is a B. You go back and you look at this, and you're like, all right, price action just going up and right. RSI is starting to work its way down and right. The trend is down and right. So I won't say each and every peak of it, but if you were to take this and, take an average of it, which would be a yellow line, I believe, on TradingView, that will let you see kind of the average, and you'll see it working its way down. Same deal with the MACD working its way down as well. So let's not get too deep there on the analysis, the TA, because y'all know this is a Degen segment. But let's go ahead and see. Actually, FD, do you have the votes up right now? What are we at currently in terms of long, short?
I don't. Nope. I don't even have my phone. I'm over here looking up something for Retro Mike Tech. He sent us a super chat. So once we get done with this, I'll I got just putting this together for Mike Tech, but I don't have my phone. I'm sorry.
Okay. Right on. Let's I'll let you do your research here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up real quick. That ain't gonna do it. Let me see. There we go. I got it here. But what do you guys think, man? I mean, actually, matter of fact, let me know in the chat what you guys want to make a play on. You guys want to do an altcoin? I'm not gonna do too much TA on it. Let's just go ahead and go for it. But I'll go with whatever you guys are voting for in terms of long or short. Let's see. Pulling that up right now. So you guys are 67-33 right now. Let me pull this out. Got to break out the chat real quick. Pop out. There it is. Cool. Show. All right. 2 places. South Korea and Thailand. Too hot for me. I don't even know what y'all are talking about right now. Let's see. Scrolling down. Long cast. Oh gosh, you're trying to stir up RMT tonight, aren't you? French toaster? Good lord. All right. I don't know. He sends us a super chat, and then we're gonna long cast. That's just like, that's something different. Only on this show will we make the guy mad that just sent us a super chat. All right. So looking at cast real quick on the daily. That is on the 4 hour. Looks like it's trying to find a little support here. and horizontal, little horizontal level of resistance. Kind of where it's at right now, to be honest. Scrolling by, yeah, I mean, you can see support here, and then you can see the change, right? So you said had support, then you had resistance underneath of it before we had a nice little breakout, come down, retest, flip the resistance into support. We're testing that area right now for CAS. So I will ask you guys, are you sure you want to go long? I mean, that the 4 hours really overbought on the RSI. MACD looks like it wants to come up. That's tough, man. But you are getting a true retest right now of that area. Let me see here. Crypto Billy, do it. Ignore me, LOL. Just going through some of the chat. Long it. Triple dog dare you. All right, all right. You know what? It's I would be very scared to enter this, but the good thing is we're not using a lot of capital. This is for fun. This is for you guys. So, yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Y'all know how I roll. Money. Who needs it? What should we go? I'm gonna do a little smaller amount. All right. There it is. You crazy degens. Always trying to long stuff. All right. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. The trade is in on CAS. We went long. 50x. Y'all are crazy. All right. On to the news here. Let's go ahead and start off with that. And it looks like Robinhood actually lists BONK today for trade. So that's bullish news for BONK. BONK has done phenomenally this year. I believe it is up. I mean, it's over 1,000% easy for BONK. It's been crazy. At least the last 365. It's been a good push for BONK. It has had its time to shine. There's no doubt about that. I've even mentioned it to people. So it's not something that I'm scared of. I actually have some of it in my portfolio as well. And good to see. Good to see on Robinhood. That's usually a bullish thing for meme tokens specifically. Really any token to be listed on Robinhood should ultimately be a bullish thing. So, all right, over to SEC. They have approved the Hashdex Nasdaq Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF and Franklin SIBO Crypto Index ETF on an accelerated basis. So there you go, man. Our boy Gary is stepping down, and now SEC is just like, yep, full send, baby. Let's do it. ETFs for everybody. Little for you, little for you. Love to see it. Love to see it. But yeah, this is only one little step that we're gonna see. Towards a more permissive environment for crypto. It's definitely good to see. Hopefully they have everything wired tight. As long as they're still doing their due diligence. But that being said, let's go over to FD. I see he's got the glasses on, got the hater blockers, probably getting that blue light out of his face. But what do you think, man? What do you think? I mean, SEC, you think they're going to be a little bit more permissive now? I mean, I think it's inevitable. They are going to get some new leadership in there. But what do you think in there for the ETFs as well as Robinhood listing BONK?
I mean, Robinhood, I haven't been on Robinhood in a long time, completely honest with you, but seems like they're trying to start to compete with some of the bigger dogs in the crypto space. Does Robinhood have a wallet? Can you actually take your coins? I think you can actually take your coins off of Robinhood now.
You can, yeah. So that's one of the good things with Robinhood over. I can't remember the other exchange, Webull. I think they kind of like compete with Webull. And I don't know if Webull has finally made the transition to letting you pull your tokens off, but it was at one point kept in their wallet and they were the custodian. I believe Robinhood actually lets you move Bitcoin off, and I believe the other cryptos as well. I do not trade crypto on Robinhood, to be perfectly transparent with you. I will invest in crypto-related funds and things of that nature, but not cryptocurrency. It's silly. I think to invest or to buy crypto on Robinhood. Just my own 2 cents. But yeah, man. I think it's a good thing. I would like to see them list all of the tokens and the coins that were named securities in that report. When the SEC dropped that report a while ago, they named like 13 different coins, and those all took a hit, man. Most of them were suppressed pretty good. Not all of them. Like I think Solana was listed and that thing still took off, but I mean like Cardano, like it didn't recover for a long time. What else? Matic, I think, was listed on there. So, and I don't know that they ever. Some of them never made it back to Robinhood. But yeah, they don't offer a lot either. It's
That's what I'm
pretty.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty small selection.
If they want to compete with the big dogs, they're going to need a lot more cryptos to on there to choose from. So right now it's really for like stock bros who want to get exposure to crypto
Yeah,
or like super newbies. You know what I mean? Like a lot of
yeah,
the stock bros, like, oh, I'll buy some crypto, and they look on there, and then it's like, you can tell somebody who's stock market focused who talk about crypto and not crypto. Like even when you come to like people, content creators, you can tell the people who are stock market people who talk about crypto and not crypto people who talk about crypto. Like, and I think that's the ones who use, just a lot of those Robinhood accounts and things like that. Like I said, I haven't been on there in a long time. I think I had like some Apple on there for a minute, but I think it's a good move. I think they'll continue to. I don't know why they haven't got more. It's one of the biggest exchanges in the United States. I'm not sure why they don't have a lot more crypto on Robinhood. So I think it'll come, especially as the
with
market starts
time.
to appreciate
I
and
think
and
so
what the
too.
to appreciate. I think it's just a matter of time. So that's good for retail because a lot of people in retail, they first come on, they get Robinhood. It's like the first newbie app that people get when they start investing in general is Robinhood. So I think it'll be good for the space.
Yeah, they're probably kicking themselves like most people are for not loading up, while times were tough, right? I mean, because technically they should hold something equivalent, right, to what people are investing in. So it's they would have been pretty well off if they expanded some of the holdings that they had while the bear market was around. But it is what it is. What are 2 years removed almost from that, so I don't think we can really hold our hats on that too much anymore. But hey, man, so we got a super chat from Retro Mike Tech, and you said you were doing some research there in the background. I did read a little bit. So he was talking about Kraken and the listing that they had. Oh, did we just lose FD? As soon as I'm like, hey man, let's talk about the super chat. Poof, gone. All right, we'll let FD come back. We'll go ahead and continue on with the news here, and we'll go ahead and bring up Elmer Fudd. He's gonna replace FD. You guys know how I roll. All right, so on to the FUD segment here. We got U.S. Bitcoin ETFs recorded 15 consecutive days of inflows. Now, there was a lot of news coming out about outflows, and they were talking about that over and over. I felt like every day is like outflow, 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 and now it's inflows. All right, so man, if that could have been a little precursor to what was to come, it's unfortunate that I guess I should have tracked that or been following that more. Leading up to this, Vice waiting for news to drop to be like, oh, by the way, 15 consecutive days. Like, dang. Like, I wish I would have known that. And also, too, like, I started looking at it and I was like, hold on, days are missing. Let me add it. I was like, the weekends. And then I looked at, some of the movement for crypto and I was like, oh, we were having some bullish, like, weekends, really. We were having positive. I think there was a couple weekends in a row where crypto was making a move to the upside on the weekends. And, so that was interesting. But yeah, should have been tracking this. And now I think it is something that I'm going to have to start building into my scan, because this could be maybe a little bit of a precursor, give you a little bit of a head start maybe on, some things that could be happening in the market. So yeah, just wanted to point that out to you guys. Let's go over to, let me bring FD back up here. Got him. Go over to the economic calendar. Today we had GDP growth rate, which was actually above expectations. It was positive today, 3.1%. That's actually a healthy positive number in comparison to 2.8%. It wasn't just a little margin here. Some of the things that were actually in the positive, let's go to that. Personal spending was up to 3.7%. And we also had a surge in consumption of goods. That was up as well. So, a couple things. Services was up. Fixed investment rose to 2.1%. So, quite a few things that were listed there that were in the positive, and that's, I would say, good things, right? Consumer spending is something that'll really kind of drive the market, and you'll hear that talked about quite a bit when you start talking about the economy and how the economy is doing. A lot of it ties to consumers and their spending, or lack thereof. So we are going into the holidays as well, so understand that it will be delayed. It's funny hearing people say, oh well, retail spending is up, going into the holidays. Like, bro, the holidays haven't really hit yet. So like it's all going to be delayed. It's going to be behind. You'll start getting that data after the holidays to know kind of where we stand. But again, it's still a big, a big piece of the pie. It really give you a little peek behind the curtain in terms of how we're doing or how people are feeling sentiment wise. Because if they're spending money, then they should be feeling okay, right? Because the natural instinct would be, hey, I start allocating money to savings, put money away when times are weird and times are tight. If they're getting loosey-goosey with it and they're starting to spend money, then that could be a good sign as well. So let's go ahead and get into the market update. And the next thing we got up here is the total market cap that is sitting at 3.33 trillion, down 4.94%. 44-hour trading volume is at 277 billion, which makes for 11.53% increase. And Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 57.74%. Nice little jump there, 0.7% over the last day. Fear and greed index is at 62, which I believe is on the low side of greed. Don't hold me to it. Yes, it is on the low side of greed. So there you go for that. Over the crypto bubbles, fart coin. I hear that. I keep hearing that one over and over again, man. Everybody keeps saying fart coin. I've seen it in the chat. I've seen it on Twitter. Move is moving in the right direction again. Good for you. That's up 25.8%. And Manual is up 5.7%. Everything else is kind of the negative. Love the Santa hats all over the place. Pingu, that got a hit again, 15.8%. Doge is down 12.1%. LDO is down 13%. Any other big movers in the wrong direction? Everything else is kind of under 10% that I see. So, yeah, it's still a bloodbath, unfortunately, out there. Not the greatest. All right, liquidation heat map. Let's pull that up. And yeah, I think I just refreshed before the show, so we should be good. This is the 3-day. Looking at 3-day right now, what do you see? Well, you don't see a lot of liquidity down. So we are getting beaten into submission. That does open the door for maybe a potential little bounce here. That could be good, right? So if you're not seeing liquidity, right now, then there's nothing really to chase. So now we kind of hang our hats on sentiment, TA. We can kind of go the traditional route and not think that, the market maker is going to try to get his, because there's a big gap up to the north. There's a big gap down to the south. And really, the hot spot is starting to build up at about 105,000, 105.6. So that is really where the bulk of the liquidity is sitting at right now, at least on the 3-day. We kind of talked about the 62K range as well. If you zoom out a little bit and go to the 3-month, there is some liquidity sitting down there, and there's a lot of liquidity sitting down there for the record. And that would align, with a few people, their TA, their analysis. They're kind of talking about, 65, 66K. I think if we go down there, if you see Bitcoin make a move down there at any point, we are surely, I'm 98.5% confident that if we go down to anywhere in the 60s, we are going down to 60. Because all of the liquidity that's sitting at about 62K, then that will create a little bit of a cascading effect in the short term. That it will bring the price down, I believe, to about 60K. And I'm not saying like, hey, we got to go there. All right. I'm not saying we got to go there, but just understand we can go there. All right. We can go there. And if you zoom out on a macro and you look at it, it can still keep a bullish structure, and then you get the liquidity, and then you shake people out, and then you've given the institutions another opportunity to get in. And I just think it makes too much sense. So I personally will be putting a limit order down there, and I will just set it and forget it. I ain't even going to think about it. I'm just going to put some money, let it sit, hang out, and if price comes down there, then so be it. I'll be a happy dude again. So all good. All right, let's go over and look at the charts right now. A couple things to look at here. All right, this is the channel. I talked about it a little bit earlier when we were doing the Degen segment, and here it is again. That was your support. You had the 200 SMA. You did get a retest of the 200 SMA. This is on the 4-hour though, just so you understand that. All right, this is 200 on the 4-hour. You're under the dynamic reactor. We have now flipped red on the dynamic reactor for the first time in, let's go back. Let's go back. It looks, yeah, we got a little bit of a red hit there. That was November, very quick. But yeah, I mean, yeah, November, early November on the 4-hour. Okay. So, you know, the 4-hour is a little bit more dynamic. I'll take a look at the daily here in a minute, but the things that we have are hopium. Our hopium right now is the point of control for money flow. You got that. That is actually acting as support. I've been using this a little bit more recently. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I'm definitely have started bringing it into my analysis. It has held up pretty well for some moves, especially on the 4-hour. I've seen it hit as resistance and support quite a few times. But look at this. Like, you want a case for putting moving averages on your charts? Here it is. All right, here it is. Look at this. 21, rejection. 50, rejection. 200, rejection. Like, there it is, man. Like, I mean, look at that. It's clear as day. Right off the moving averages. That has been the markers on the way down. There's no more moving averages under us. Unfortunately, what does that mean? Remember when I was kind of like, all right, this is not bad. We're okay. Like, we got all this support underneath of us. We got the moving averages. We got the dynamic reactor. We got, you know, everything's holding us up. We got the trend line of this channel. Remember, channels within channels. But it's all above us now. All right, so not the ideal scenario on the 4-hour here. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. There's a couple things that we can, you know, hope for. All right, so if you like the value area highs, value area lows, you know, the Frankie candles ordeal here, yeah, this is a time frame based one. So Sunday to Sunday, you got the value area low. All right, so we did find some support there. There's an argument to be made that, you know, it wicked off of that area. But what do you have to the downside here if we continue our way down? Well, now we start talking about, hey, where do we start? Where do we start this latest fib? And it was rated about 90,600. That's kind of where we started. So what do? Do we have like a double bottom of sorts? But we have this channel. And if you guys have been watching for a while, you know this channel. It has been fire. That was our last time, you know, we retested it, and that's when we took off. We retested the channel, and that was it. It was off to the races. We could come back down to that level, and if we did, I would say anywhere between 90,600 to about 91,400, 91,500, anywhere in that area is an opportunity for some support or price action, we'll say. So keep an eye on that area. I would not be opposed to setting a limit order down in that area. You already know what I'm going to do. And I'm not saying it's going to go there, but I am trying to find areas where we can find price action. And that's more so how I like to trade. Okay. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to be, you know, Nostradamus on the charts and be like, this is where we're going. That's cool. I mean, like, if you can do that, you're a G, but where can we find price action? And I think that's an area we can find a bounce. All right. So I'll look for that. I'm going to set a limit order down there. And a matter of fact, like, let's just do that. All right. Let's put some money where my mouth is. Let's stop talking about it. Whereas 91.5, I think makes a lot of sense right now. Let's go over to Blowfin. All right. That's who we trade with on the show. Here we go. So I ain't playing when I'm saying I'm going to put an order in. Let's just do it. Stop talking about it, right? Let's go 5X and let's put a G on it. All right. That's actually, so I need another 0 in there for, no, that's 5X. That's right. So I need half that. There we go. That's about a G. There you go. Pretty close. And now let's make it a limit order. What we say, 91.5? 91.5. And then we set 5,000 because it's 5X, which gives us about a G. All right, so there you go. So I'm not kidding when I say this. All right, that's something I'm looking for. Obviously, you do you. All right, I'm not saying follow me. I don't want you to lead you guys astray. But I am gonna set a limit order down there. Later on, I'm gonna go in and look at it and kind of see what makes sense in terms of setting up a level, for a stop loss and where I'm gonna get out. Right, where am I gonna look for this to take us? I'll probably do something around a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 in terms of risk to reward. But yeah, that's an opportunity that I'm looking at right now. So. Here's Joe in here, man, dropping some Piper Academy memberships. We appreciate you, brother. He dropped 5 Piper Academy memberships. Let's go ahead and see who got them. Weird, my chat is not keeping up. Pennywise, man. Just seen him over here this week, actually. He got one. Dan A. Andor. Proof I'm a billionaire. I don't even think I've ever seen him in the chat before, but he got one. First Flight Aviation 2024. Who is that? I'm going to have to... It looks like a military pilot almost. It's super small. I'm gonna have to look that up. I am interested now. Who else we got in the chat? Army Piper's in the house. What's up, brother? Lunar Beaches Crypto's in the house. How you doing? Flat Smack. He's in here. Of course, Joe's in here. Bango, my dude. We appreciate you, man. Board PC guy. Dude. All right. A couple shouts out. CNC Ireland. Bonk on Robinhood tomorrow. There you go. We were just talking about that earlier, man. So that is definitely some bullish news for Bonk. Let's get it. All right. So there you go. And here we are. We're back. Let's check on our daily Degen. Did that thing get liquidated already? Good Lord.
I think we're out of there.
That $5 is poop. All right, man. See, I was saying, I don't think that's something I would have taken a long position on. I guess I wasn't very wrong about that. But it was only $5. I ain't worried about it. All good. So, yeah, maybe y'all should listen to me. All right. Anyways, Crypto Billy with a $2 super chat. First sergeant inspection in process. I probably missed some things in the chat. I'll make a Piper leave a super chat so I can see what he's talking about. Man, it's the only way. Mad viewership is down. You guys going to bed early or something? I don't know about that. Yeah, go check out our dude LBC, man. He's his show is after this one. He a little bit 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe, is when he does it. But yeah, check him out. Check him out, man. Of course, it's one of our shows here on the Piper Academy Network. He's doing it. He's doing it right. But where were we? We looked at the liquidation heat map. We looked at some Bitcoin. I got off course. I put a limit order in. And we are pushing down, it looks like, a little bit more. So yeah. Again, this channel was kind of my big fear right now. And on the daily, 45 degrees down and right. Yeah, I can't give you a good reason to have a bounce right now, to be honest with you. I wish I could, but I can't. The only thing that you really could hold your hat on is this value area low of this range. But that's kind of small potatoes. You might get a bounce there. It's possible, but I think the stronger area, the better play is down here. Okay, that's where I would look for some price action, personally. So, of course, like topside stuff. I mean, moving averages. Look at those trend line. Look at that. This horizontal level of resistance at about 97.8 or so is going to be something you got to fight through. So there's a lot of things that are going to be in your way today or here in the near future. It's all now flipped. So everything we had on the bottom side of us as support is now all on the top side of us as resistance, at least mostly on the 4 hour. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. I'm going to pass it over to FD, let him hit up some charts here, see what he's got. Get it.
Cool. Let's see what I got here. I mean, Bitcoin,
he's got that same channel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it from a few different angles, though, and I feel like this is the channel that everybody's looking at. I mean, because you had to. It was just respecting up, down, up, down, up, down. Perfect uptrend. Then we broke it. It wasn't a deviation. It wasn't a wick. It's standard now. This is how we close this channel, or we close the candle below here. So what I'm looking at right now, just from a zoomed out sort of 4 hour perspective, to come up, we possibly could come up. This is the real test to come back in here. What are we going to do if we bounce back up here. I mean, we could just, keep going down and potentially meet this 50-day moving average. But what are we going to do once we pop back up? I think we're going to have a pop up potentially overnight going into Friday. We may get some sort of rally in the stock market and in crypto. What are we going to do right here? If we get back in this channel, this is very, very bullish. This is very bullish. This gets me very happy. If we reject from here, now I'm looking at lower targets. And excuse me. So what I'll be looking at for these lower targets, first and foremost, let's pull a fib, because I pulled a fib from this low. Was it this low here? Let me see if it was this one here. Come to the top. Yep. So I'll be looking at this area here about around 90K, 88 to 90K, which will be coming in as the golden pocket. And that's something that, we've been looking at for the past few weeks, just in case we started to make our way down. And then I have my phase lines. Let me see where my phase lines. My phase lines have been coming in pretty clutch, man. Coming in pretty clutch. We did hold this white one as a support. We lost that. Then we did have this, like I said, we have this little red horizontal coming in. But if we lose that, I mean, we're going to drop probably fast, I think, to 90K. If we lose this next area, or if we pop up maybe to about 99 and some change, and use that bottom side of that, of the channel as resistance, we're probably going to come back down to this 91, around 90 to 92K. Like right now, how the market is moving, like you can't like just pinpoint certain certain price points. That's the thing people fail to realize, like especially the way Bitcoin is moving now. Look how Bitcoin was moving this morning. It was moving like in $2,000 increments. It was going up 1,000, down 1,000, up 800, down 1,000. It was like really moving. It's a trader's dream, but also it's an emotional nightmare if you're just watching the charts, just by every $1,000. But back to this channel that we were looking at. Let me actually take these fibs back off. Just a few levels that I'm looking at. I really want to just hold, like where I have this, where I pulled this, these volume profiles. I really just want to hold that. So like I said, as long as we hold around 85K, we come down, we lose 90 and come down to 85K. I'm looking at it from big increments right now, like I said. So this is really my, I'm not getting too worried until we come down here. So we got a pretty long way to go to come down to this 87, 88K area. So I'm really not, I don't even want to talk about nothing below there. I don't want to talk about anything below there. What I want to do is I want to come back up to the top or the bottom of this channel, see how we react to this, because I do think we will retest it. If we get back in here, then party's back on, in my opinion. The party's back on, and then we can start to make our way back up to all-time highs at about 110, 111, 112. Like CVO was saying, he was saying next week is probably going to be all-time highs again. So I think the first step in Bitcoin, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole when it comes to this analysis, is seeing how we react. Hopefully we come back to this channel and, just give us a little bit more information of what price action wants to do. If it wants to come back into this channel here, or if it wants to come back up and reject. And I was looking at some of the oscillators, and it seems like the momentum is starting to round out a little bit when I look at these oscillators. So hopefully, when we came down here, we started to round out up there. We started to round out down here. Over here, when we had this deviation, we started to round out with those wicks. We started to round out with the oscillator. So hopefully, or maybe we can start to round out with the price action, because it does look like we're starting to round out with this oscillator here. So hopefully that's something that can happen. And then, like I said, we can start to interact with this, pop back up, and then make our way back up. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm just taking it step by step. I'm letting the market tell me what it wants to do, as opposed to trying to front run moves. It's in no man's land for me right now. No man's land for me. I would look for a retest. Once we get the retest, if we get rejected, I'm shorting, because I think we're going to go down tremendously. Not too much, but somewhere in this area, like I said, around 88 to 90K. We get back up here, I'm long until all-time high. So it's really that simple for me. That's just my strategy. Not trying to look at those 15-minute hourly, trying to catch these big swing trades, because I think this is the way to make the most money. Less trades, bigger size, more confluence with my trades. So that's what I'm looking at this point in time when it comes to trading Bitcoin.
Right on. I'm going to bring up Soul real quick here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Man, I love it when something plays out. When I started drawing this, you probably thought I was crazy because I was talking about 187. I've been talking about that for a minute, and y'all darn know it, right? So dynamic reactor, we had a horizontal level of support, and I had that logo on there. I've been talking about it for a minute. Look at it. Look at where it wicked off of. But we've already had. What I said, man. Sometimes you just set it, forget it. It's already had a 4% move off of that area. That's not bad, right? That's pretty good. Now, granted, you know, we got to keep our eye on the market and see kind of where that's going to go. But here's your first buying opportunity right here at 187. All right, gave you that one. Now the next buying opportunity, if we were to continue to go down, if you want to lather into this trade, is going to be here. All right, about 168 or so. You have the 200 SMA, and then you also have the golden pocket of the range. Okay, so there's two places for you to look. This one has already struck. All right, we got a nice wick off of that. And then here's your next area right here. So depends on how you want to play the game. You know, it's up to you and the way you trade in terms of if you're doing a DCA or if you're, you know, scalping. Great scalp trade. That's already probably played out. I would have walked away from that one. Daily, you know, really, you could have played that already as well. But, you know, if you're lathering in, you're like, hey, you know, it was up over $260. And you're like, damn, I missed the boat on Solana. Well, no, you didn't. All right, so this is why I look at historicals. I go back and I'm like, all right, where was very clear resistance? Right here on the chart. Boom, boom. And we had a big breakdown. And then where do we had a big move, right? What correlated to this area? You're looking at it, right, with this move, okay? You had a little bit of resistance and then boom, takeoff. All right, so it took off everything. I won't say everything, but some of the biggest moves on the chart when you're looking at this is at $187. So that's why I'm always hunting for areas of price action. And that's what I like, is finding those areas that have some confluence that I think I can get some price action off. I can get in pretty fast, you know, and, you know, out pretty quick as well. Because for a long time, that was my only strategy. All right, that is all I did. I got in really fast, I got out fast, and I converted everything to USD. Gotten a little bit more comfortable now, you know, over the past couple of years. But, you know, with FTX and Voyager and all that stuff, there was a while where, like, this was the only way I traded. This was it. I would just quick trade. See ya. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. Moving on. But I've still found a way. Like, I like finding these kind of areas of confluence where you can find some price action. So there's that for Solana. Again, other opportunity maybe down here at about 168. In terms of price action, if it moves it, I mean, the 382 at a $205, around 200 psychological number, cool, got it. That's, you know, that's a nice little area of resistance. You can clearly see that's going to play out on the chart because look at this. Look at the buying pressure right here. Wick, buying pressure, breakdown right here. You can see where it held up as support. So I think that's going to be a nice little area, and that gives you a nice gap, right? So if you did buy here where the green B is, you know, and you played it up to the 382, that's almost we'll say a 9% move. Ain't nothing bad at all. And that's no leverage. All right. That's a straight spot buy. I ain't mad at 10% at all, right? Because think about your expected returns on the traditional markets. You know, what are you looking at? Something like 10%, you know? So you can do that in a couple days. So it's kind of crazy. You throw a little bit of leverage on this one right here, you do a 2x, a 3x, you're already over that. In less than 24 hours. So this is part of the reason I love messing with crypto. But yeah, so it's good. It's nice to see that one, you know, got a little bounce there at 187. What was the other thing I was looking at? I want to say it was like AERO. Don't hold me to it. I think it was something along those lines. I think it was AERO. But I was like, look at this area. Keep an eye on an area. Yeah, it's right where, so right here, yeah. So this one actually broke down worse. I was looking at the golden pocket, horizontal level, right there, and the wick actually went down to this next level right here, where you got a horizontal. There you go. That one got a nice little bounce off of there. So what you need to see here is it get over this horizontal level as well as the moving average. It doesn't mean that this is, everything is lost here, but that one's kind of tough. That one probably would have busted me, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna keep it real here. I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm perfect, because if I was looking for a little scalp or an intraday type trade on AERO, I probably would have jumped in right here at the moving average. You had too much confluence here. Now, if you're just taking a long position, like a spot buy, and you're going to stay in for the end game, great place to add to your bags here. If you're looking for a scalp or intraday, yeah, this one probably would have done me in. I'm not going to lie. Let me see here. About a 5% move. I don't know. That one would have been close. To be really, brutally honest with you, I probably would have put a stop loss underneath of that area. That probably would have been like my oh shit area of like, all right, if it goes past that, then I'm out. But yeah, man, again, it's still a relatively tight area, about 5%, in that area. You have the potential for it to hold up. And that's really based on Bitcoin, though. That's the unfortunate part. I think there's an opening for Bitcoin to move down, which is kind of the scary part, because you always kind of want to bounce the two to see where that's at. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, we are at an area I would say I'd be comfy with at least adding to some bags here. I mean, what's this pullback off the highs? 33%. Like, you're sitting up here, you're probably kicking yourself in the butt saying I missed it. And now you have an opportunity to buy 33% off of the high. So looking at AERO, what else we got here? Look at ADA. ADA's getting whooped. There you go. So that came down to the 0.5 as well as the 50-day moving average. All right, but I talked about this. I mean, of course, there's some confluence there, which is not surprising to see a wick off of that area. But this is prime time, definitely. If we get down here, look at all the confluence down here, man. So again, if you're trying to add to some bags, DCA, putting in a large capital type investment, again, do your own research, do your own thing. But this is where I would think about, entering, right? Because like we've already seen in the near term that it can go up to 120. You're 50% off of, the high. That's a nice little spot. That's a nice little spot, like to look for, some continuation up and right. And really, I mean, it's starting to build some lower highs, lower lows. But when it comes down to it, like if you're really looking at it from a macro perspective, if you're to zoom out on the weekly, I mean, you could argue like, hey, you're just setting a higher low, right? Or really the first in what could be a series of higher lows. So, that's hard to assess, in the near term, because we haven't really had it play out yet. But that being said, there's just a lot of confluence down here, and definitely an area I would look at for Cardano. So that is at about, we'll say 70 cents. It's kind of the start of that zone there for Cardano. I'm going to flip it over to FD real quick. I sucked up a lot of time here. We'll do one more coin, and then we're going to head out of here.
So I don't know if we went over that thing for Retro Mike Tech. Did we do that?
Yeah. So you got that?
Yeah, so I want to do that before.
Yeah.
I couldn't get too much information, but I was reading while you were doing that, so that gave me a little bit of time. Let me actually share this screen over here. Oh, I can't. I can do it like this. Let me drag it into here. Darn, I can't do it. But because I'm on a whole different But what I see is, I mean, Kraken, it's a layer 2 over on Kraken that it came out early. That was good. That's one good thing that I saw about it. I couldn't do too much research while I was looking, trying to do this, but it says Kraken Inc.'s blockchain launched early. So it was supposed to launch early next year, but it seemed like it launched today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It processed over 8 million transactions. So this is just something Kraken looks like they're trying to get into the DeFi space as well with this. So that, they're a centralized exchange. Coinbase has gotten into the to the Web3, to the DeFi space. So I think Kraken is trying to, crack itself into there as well. So I'm gonna do a lot more research on this, because it does seem like it's getting adopted from what I'm reading. A lot of times these headlines are a little bit deceiving, but I like to read white papers. I like to go on X and see what real people are saying with real comments and things like that. But looks like it's pretty good so far. So I mean, I can't see anything that has happened, any bad news articles. I did like a quick 10-minute search while you was talking. I couldn't find anything bad on it. So I'll definitely get back with them probably on X with my clear rundown of it probably tomorrow once I look over it, because I definitely want to look at it now because I may look to invest in it. I like new things like this. I think DeFi is going to make some sort of a comeback. I think once Ethereum gets to moving, which is part of my thesis, I think a lot of those layer twos on Ethereum, I think they'll have their time. They'll start to move. So this is just another one. Do we need more layer twos on Ethereum? Like, who knows? But this is just something that could add to potentially be something that
It's
could.
a layer 2?
It's a layer two, but it's its own blockchain, but it is a layer two
Interesting.
on Ethereum. But
I'm not a massive layer 2 guy. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, they use Optimism's OP stack, so it's a lot of terms I don't understand, but it is a lot of terms I do understand. So I know Mike Tech has done his research; he knows a lot more about that than me. But from an investing standpoint, what I look for is the scalability. They said they processed 8 million transactions. Everybody was eager for it to come out, so they released it early. Like I said, it was supposed to come out next year, so it looks like something
Something comes
that
out early. That's rare.
yeah, so that's another good sign that I was seeing. But like I said, I have to do a little bit more due diligence. But you can go to my chart really quick. I'm looking at AVAX really quick, 30 seconds, because a lot of altcoins look like this. A lot of the altcoins look like this. So this is if you go to a lot of these altcoins, not the ones that just went super parabolic, but some that have just been on a nice steady uptrend. What I don't like, number one, about AVAX and some of these bigger coins is that they didn't take out their cycle highs yet. I don't like that. We're making a lower high on AVAX, but all is not lost. I did want to hold this $50 level. We did not, but I pulled this trend line from the bottom at about $8. So if I take this, we came here $8. Oops, let me grab that. There we go. So we got this here. We have all these touches here. So, I mean, theoretically, we could just continue to come down and touch this and bounce, and everything will still be all good. And that's, that probably coming in at high 20s, low 30s. So we got it. We have a lot of things that could actually happen. We have a lot of space below us, a lot of cushion below us that can happen with a lot of these altcoins. And I show AVAX because this is just a perfect example of a lot of these coins still in these uptrends, so to say. So if we break this, then it'll be a little bit scary. Like if we start to break these type of uptrends or these type of trend lines, then I'm worried. You know what I mean? Because this is coming from the low, like I said, $8. Then we came here October, November, when we really start to make our ascension up. So as long as we're above this, everybody can just draw this trend line from like the beginning of September in 2023 on up, and just watch these trend lines. Like really, that's all I'm doing, and that will tell me what environment we're in for the market. So like I said, we start to break these because a lot of coins look exactly like this with the same uptrend, the same trend line. A lot of them look like that. So look out for that. That looks like an ugly monster. So if they do break that, then there's a problem. But as long as we're not breaking that, this is like a 40% move from where we are now to down to here. So it's nothing to worry about right now. Everything is okay.
Yeah, right on, man. You'll see that a lot, man, where a lot of the tokens, if you were to just overlay the charts, they look very, very similar. You'll see that quite a bit. That was something that we noticed before, especially when some of them were pulling back to the golden pocket. It seemed like, I was like, here we go again. This one's pulling back. Hey, this one's pulling back to the golden pocket. And they all got bounces in the same exact place. It was kind of wild to watch. But that being said, a couple things, man. I saw an interesting comment there from, I think it was Seth, and he was saying, hey, it's just easier to basically like work and just DCA in. And to be honest with you, dude, like if you watch us for any amount of time, here we're actually big proponents of DCA. Granted, we have a show and we talk some technical analysis, we look at the charts, we look at like, hey, where can we find some potential bounces, and we're looking at trends and things of that nature. We're incorporating the news. Like it's what we do here. But at the same time, my highest recommendation to anybody new in the space is DCA. Just DCA. It is probably the safest, most tried and true method that's out there. I personally very much believe in DCA. I just like to trade. And so therefore that is an interest that I have. And I love talking about it, and I love interacting with you guys. So that's kind of why we do this. But yeah, we are on the DCA train. Don't think otherwise. I promise you we are, because that's the way to go when it all comes down to it. But what else do we have? Fridge Toaster, he was like, hey, one onesie night. I'm gonna do that next week. That's gonna go down. So FD, you better find a man-sized onesie, and it better be Christmas themed. I'm not giving you any homework, but it's gonna have to happen. I'm sorry. Or at least find a nice ugly sweater. There you go. So I'll do a Christmas onesie. You can do an ugly sweater or some kind of Christmas shirt, whatever you want to rock, man. That'll be cool. But you do have to talk this time, okay? You're not going the whole show without talking. That's got to happen. All right, man. Cool. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start wrapping this one up. Alex O, man, quick shout out for you, man. Good to see you here. Love you long time. But we're gonna get out of here. Got to coach some football tonight, and then got a pizza party. So we're gonna bounce. Trade safe. Be safe. If you guys enjoyed it, like and subscribe. You know the deal. We'll see you guys Monday. Right? Today's Thursday. Thursday. All right. Yeah, we're gonna see you Monday. We're out of here. Have a good night, y'all.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.